I am Chinese, born and raised in Singapore. At 16, I made a decision that many thought was impossible for someone my age. I embraced Islam. Today, I am 32, and not a single day has passed where I regretted my choice. This is my journey, a story of faith, family, and finding strength in the most unexpected places. Growing up in Singapore means being surrounded by diversity. Temples, mosques, churches. You see them all on the same street. Friends from every background. Cultures blending together. But in the middle of all this, I felt a quiet searching inside me. I wanted answers. I wanted peace. And I found that peace in Islam. At 16, while many of my friends were chasing trends, I was learning how to pray. While others were caught up in teenage drama, I was memorizing verses of the Quran. It wasn't easy, but it felt right. And for the first time, I felt complete. When I told my parents, I was afraid. Afraid of rejection. Afraid they wouldn't understand. But what happened surprised me. My parents didn't turn away. They didn't shout. Instead, they supported me. They even made changes in our home. They stopped cooking pork, something deeply rooted in our Chinese culture, not because they had to, but because they loved me. That small act spoke louder than words. It showed me that family love is unconditional, and it made me feel blessed beyond measure. For years, I practiced my faith quietly, but one moment changed everything. I saw Palestinian women in the middle of war, surrounded by destruction, carrying unimaginable pain, and yet, they did something that moved me to my core. Even with the bombs falling, even with death at their doorstep, they held onto their dignity. These women didn't want to die with their bodies uncovered. They tried as much as possible to remain clothed in modesty, so that even if death came, it would take them in a state of honor, in a state of respect, in a state of faith. That image, that strength, it shook me. If they, in the midst of such unimaginable suffering, could still protect their modesty with pride, what excuse did I have? I was safe. I was free. I had no war around me. And yet I hesitated. So, I asked myself, if they can be steadfast in the face of death, why can't I be steadfast in the comfort of life? That was the day I donned the hijab, not just as a piece of cloth, but as a shield, as a symbol of faith, of resilience, of love for Allah. My journey is not perfect. I have stumbled. I have struggled. But every step brought me closer to who I truly am. The hijab became a reminder that faith is not only belief, it is action. That strength is not comfort, it is sacrifice. And that even in a world filled with noise, peace comes from within. Today, I walk with gratitude. Gratitude for parents who stood by me. Gratitude for a faith that gave me direction. Gratitude for the women whose courage inspired me to be brave. It has been 16 years since I said my first Shahada, and yet, it feels like my journey has just begun again. I am blessed, I am grateful, and I am proud. Proud of my faith, proud of my family, and proud of the hijab I now wear with love. If you are listening to this, remember, faith is strength, faith is freedom, and sometimes the smallest decision becomes the turning point of your entire life. Faith is strength. Faith is freedom. Share if you believe in resilience.